It's July 2006, and I'm in the meditation hall for the mid-morning sit. 1 hour of the 10 hours a day, each day, sitting in meditation during the 10-day Goenka style Vipassana meditation course. But today, we are given a new challenge: to practice strong determination, to sit for the entire hour without voluntarily moving. Well, that would be a first for me. This is day 8 of the 10-day course, and I haven't sat still for 10 minutes, yet an hour. Then I realized this is day 8. The 10-day course is almost over, and I haven't devotedly followed any of the instructions yet. I've resisted any physical discomfort. I've squirmed, changed position, and suffered most of the time during every sit. What a waste of time it will have been if I go through the entire 10 days not following the teacher's instructions. Okay, I'll do it this time. I'll absolutely practice what Goenka calls strong determination, and I will not voluntarily move no matter what. If something itches, I won't scratch it. If my nose runs, I won't wipe it. I absolutely commit to practicing strong determination by not voluntarily moving no matter what. After a while in the meditation, oh my God, I can't believe the physical pain I feel in my back. My muscles feel like tight, twisted ropes. I'm sure they're visible even through my blouse. Oh, geez, my twisted back muscles are now starting to spasm. But I am determined to sit still and just observe this gross solidified sensation and pain equanimously, neutrally. Just when I think I can no longer endure the spasms and pain in my back any longer, I begin now to experience pressure in my lungs. As the pressure builds, I'm convinced my lungs are going to explode. They will undoubtedly explode. There's going to be blood and guts, my blood and guts, all over this meditation hall. But I will be still and just observe all of it equanimously. The painful back spasms and pressure in my lungs are relentless. Then suddenly I see a scene flash before my closed eyes. I'm in 8th grade. I've just left the outdoor movie theater on Andersen Air Force Base, Guam. Suddenly, out of nowhere, someone jumps me from behind and throws me to the ground. It's a girl in my class who's a lot bigger than me. I panic, and in my attempt to stop her from beating me, I get her in what I later learn is a hammerlock, and she's unable to hurt me. A man pulls me off of her, and another man holds her back. I shake it off and rejoin my friends who are congratulating me for winning, and they're calling me Sonny Liston. He had just taken the heavyweight boxing crown from Floyd Patterson. Wow, I'm a hero. Then wham, it happens again. She has jumped me from behind again. She has thrown me to the ground, and I again somehow get her in a hammerlock. We are again torn apart by someone, and I am again cheered as the victor. I'm shaken, but there's no way I'm going to admit it and lose the admiration of all these people. So I strut off with my friends in all my coolness. Now, 20 years later, I'm sitting on a meditation cushion in Cedar Edge, Colorado, feeling what I didn't allow myself to feel back then. I name it anger. And a silent voice in my head says, no, this is not anger. This is rage. I feel it. I name it. And a wave of relaxation slowly washes over me, dissolving the back pain and spasms, dissolving and releasing the pressure in my lungs, dissolving the pain, the pressure into the nothingness from which it came. Oh my God, that's what Goenkaji means by sankharas, gross solidified sensations stored in the body. For the rest of the meditation, I feel relaxed and pain-free, and I don't even need the support of my back jack. In the days and weeks ahead, I realize I can now sit without back support, and I can sit in a room with my back to the door, not needing to protect myself from the possibility of being jumped from behind. Wow. Bill's song was perfect. I should have known it back then. If I were brave, what would I do today? Because I was brave that day, and I had the courage to sit with strong determination, no matter what. My purpose today is to support you in breaking through to a new level of empowerment and purification. The human condition is that we suffer emotional pain in our bodies from the traumas, large and small, of our lives. And they affect us because we've stuffed them and we're not willing to allow them to come to the light of day. The spiritual solution is any meditation practice in which you allow thoughts and feelings to arise and fall as you observe them equanimously. And if you want to take spiritual solution to the next level, I invite you to try sitting with strong determination. It's not for anyone who is not brave, because it does take courage, and it's worth everything to do it. So what is strong determination? I think you may have figured it out already. It's when you make an intention that you are going to sit in meditation without moving voluntarily for a certain amount of time. My suggestion is, if whatever your current practice is, start with that amount of time. Don't overdo it, but just try today. I'm going to sit, I'm going to do my meditation, whether it's 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour, and I'm going to not voluntarily move. Why do it? What's in it for me, right? You may be asking. Well, a few years ago, I discovered American mindfulness meditation teacher and neuroscience research consultant, Shenzhen Yang. And he spoke of the importance of sitting in meditation with strong determination. And that caught my ear. I've heard that before. Strong determination. So I began listening to some of his YouTubes. I bought one of his books. And what Shinzen Young says is that the quickest way to enlightenment or deep transformation is strong determination sitting. Well, a month or so ago, I decided to revisit Shinzen Young via YouTube. And instead of just hearing about sitting in meditation with strong determination, I made a commitment to practice sitting in meditation with strong determination. What a novel idea. I guess my psyche is ready to release more sankharas. So I listened to a few of his YouTube lessons, and I was relieved to more deeply understand what had happened to me during that strong determination sit back in 2006. So what's in it for you? Well, if you would like to experience deep transformation and the opportunity to break through to a new level of empowerment and purification, I recommend pushing the envelope of your spiritual practice by sitting in meditation with strong determination. And how do we do that? Well, there's no particular position. You can sit in a chair, on a cushion, on one of those meditation benches. Just be sure to sit with your back straight. How long? Well, I recommend training yourself slowly by starting out with the amount of time, as I mentioned before, that you currently sit. And Shinzen Young says, do this occasionally. You don't have to do it every time you sit in meditation, but start making it a practice to occasionally sit in meditation with strong determination. And here's the cautions. He gives us two cautions. The first caution is never cause harm to the body. And he says that's unlikely to happen if you sit for an hour or two. He said many people, and actually most people, can sit for 4 hours without damage. So right now, remember, I'm just asking you to do it for however long you normally sit in meditation and build up from there. And he says, build up the practice then. He says, meditate for an hour, sit for determination for an hour. And if your legs are tingly or have gone to sleep, get up slowly so you don't fall. And if it goes quite quickly, next time add 5 minutes and continue adding 5 minutes for subsequent sits. He says also, if you have circulation issues, you may need to be more careful. You may need to check with your doctor. The other caution he gives is to not be goal-driven regarding how much you can take for how long. You know, don't be a martyr. Don't try to achieve a new personal record. Rather, he said, your goal should be, how much can I learn and retrain the nervous system? Because that's what this practice does. It retrains the nervous system. And if you want to know more information about that, you might listen to some of his YouTube videos. And also, the goal should be how much purification, you know, how much is being brought up to be released. You know, this wasn't the only time I had an experience with Vipassana meditation. I won't go into the details of the other one, but I had a very incredible purification experience and transformation regarding abuse as a child, sexual abuse. And all the years of therapy did not do what sitting in strong determination did to release that from my body. Shinzen Young says the main advantage of sitting in meditation with strong determination is that it will push the envelope of your practice in a natural way, because the natural response to intense physical discomfort is actually to drop into equanimity. He said we should be prepared for 4 things that may arise. One is physical discomfort, as I described in the opening. Maybe not to that extent, but physical discomfort. It starts out with just like, gee, I need to adjust my sitting, how I'm sitting. I need to just stretch my leg a little bit. It starts out a lot milder. And then you may experience mental discomfort with all the negative thoughts and judgments and all kinds of, it was amazing to me to see what came up in my mind. There may be some emotional discomfort. You know, I actually had to feel that rage that I had suppressed all those years. It may be sadness. So again, you have to be brave. And there may be disconcerting negative imagery. Maybe that was my seeing my blood and guts go all over the room. I don't know. So to the extent that you can bring concentration, clarity, and equanimity to whatever's going on, whether it's physical, emotional, mental, or visual, then that concentration, clarity, and equanimity will turn it into empowerment and allow for purification. He also says, and these are the words he uses, when you start to freak out, separate the strands of the physical, the emotional, the visual, the mental, so that they don't cross-tangle and reinforce each other. You know, just stick by paying attention to one at a time. And his strategy is to, when he detects the pain or the thought or whatever it is, he just goes to, instead of going directly into it, he imagines the global spread of it. So like when you throw a stone into a pond, there's a ripple effect. So instead of going right to where the discomfort is, go to those outer edges. And even if you can't seem to feel them, just know there are outer edges there. And he points out that this is a homework assignment that you have the rest of your life to complete. You don't have to finish it by next Sunday. I had a recent experience after I decided, well, I'm going to start practicing strong determination, and I'm just going to start with my 20-minute sits. And so a few weeks ago, during a Sunday afternoon meditation, I was sitting with strong determination and began to feel a little agitated and impatient for the timer to go off. I have this insight meditation timer, and I was waiting for that end meditation bell to ring, and it just didn't seem to be happening. And so I recognized that I had a should thought about it, that it should be ringing. And so I did a little mental processing of that and realized, well, that was my ego speaking. It wasn't my divine nature. So I sort of let that go. And finally, I just succumbed, and I checked the timer. And then I just started laughing because the volume was muted. So I didn't hear the end of the meditation bell, and I had meditated for 40 minutes instead of 20. So I love how I believe my divine nature has a great sense of humor. So how do we practice this? How do we put feet on this message today? Well, obviously prayer and meditation. And just allow your meditation, for whatever length of time it is, to bring up things that need to be released. You know, it may just be thoughts. People go, oh, I can't meditate because I have all these thoughts. That's wonderful. That's exactly what's supposed to happen. So just allow these thoughts to come up and then let them go. As you've heard me say many times, don't set up camp in them. Don't build a condominium. Just let the thoughts come, say oh to them, and let them go. And then occasionally practice sitting with strong determination. And to learn more about this, You can go to Shinzen, Shinzen, Young, Young. If you will just Google him or search for him rather on YouTube, there's a number of meditations, and several of them are a number of lectures he gives, and several of them on strong determination. And also, there is some guided meditations. I did one last night that was, I think, a little over an hour, where there was a guided meditation into strong determination, so that you were hearing a teacher talk during them. And also, where the rubber meets the road, maybe you could practice strong determination in another area of your life, not just in meditation. But what would it be if you practice strong determination regarding getting things done, not procrastinating, maybe staying on a food plan that's healthy and wise, maybe it's exercising. Strong determination can go way beyond meditation, but today in particular, I want you to consider it for your meditation practice. So in closing, I celebrate that we are brave. And because we are brave, we are able to identify what we would do today and to do it with strong determination, and to absolutely break through to a new level of empowerment and purification. And let's begin doing that right now in a sacred time of shared prayer. So I invite you to take this moment as I ring the bell to, first of all, make yourself comfortable. Make sure your back is straight. And just begin with a commitment to strong determination that for this period of time, which will only be a few minutes, that you are going to sit with strong determination, not voluntarily moving, no matter what. And I invite you to just be aware of the breath, allowing each breath to relax the body, quiet the mind, and open the heart. Allow each breath to remind you of your strong determination to allow whatever thoughts to come up and be released. To slowly scan your body and notice any sensations and just allow them to be. By continuing to move past that sensation, continue scanning the body. And just being present to whatever you feel physically, whatever thoughts you have, whatever emotions you may feel, whatever visuals you may have. Not by setting up camp in them, just allowing them, noticing them, and moving on as you continue to scan your body from the top of your head to the toes of your feet and back up. And I celebrate that we are brave enough to do this. And I invite us to do it together in the silence for 3 minutes. And as we gently bring our attention back to this time and place, silently say, "Thank you, Divine Creator I am. Divine Creator I am made in the image and likeness of, for the courage to be brave and to open myself and push the envelope of my practice and experience empowerment and purification. Thank you, Divine Creator. Thank you, thank you, thank you that it is so and so it is. Amen."